Hi everyone, it's Kathy, your Jamberry Nail Wraps consultant, and I am making this video for all of you that have had questions about applying Jamberry to your toes. You can totally do it, and what's awesome is that it can last for 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes longer. I just ran into someone that said she's had her jams on her toes for like 8 weeks. Toenails don't grow as fast as fingernails, which is awesome, and also they don't get as much wear as your fingers, so that helps your Jamberry last a really long time. So if you are familiar with our sheet of wraps, you know that these two on the end are usually reserved for toes unless you have giant thumbnails. But anyway, which one is for your big toe? It's whichever one fits on your big toe. So just like your fingers, you're going to size these up and figure out which one fits on your big toe the best. The one left over, you're going to cut into 8s. And I know you're thinking, 8s? That's math. Oh no! Well, I have this petty pack right here. I'm going to zoom in. If you look, this is how you divide things into 8s. You just cut it in half, and then down the center, and then cut each part in half again. So it's not that complicated, I promise. Your toes, some of them are smaller, some of them are larger, and this is obviously all the same size. So you are going to have to trim a little bit to get a good application on your small toes. But the good news is, once you've done this once and you get the sizing right, you can actually save your little toe wraps when you go to remove next time and use them as a template so that you don't have to figure out how big to cut each piece. The other piece of really good news is that nobody is this close to your toes. So even if you don't get perfect application, that's okay. No one's going to notice. Alright, so how I apply my jams to my toes. I like to use a metal cuticle pusher spoon, and that's just because I don't do my toenails that often, and so I have a lot of hidden cuticle, and this gets that off really well. If you do your toes all the time, a wooden cuticle pusher is fine. I also have toenail clippers, tweezers, scissors, my handy dandy rubber cuticle pusher, and then a rice bag. You guys might have these for like aches and pains in your shoulders. I love using this for toe application. Alright everybody, I'm going to cut out here, and next time you see me, it will be my toes. Here are my wraps all cut up. I have the one cut into 8s and the other one cut in half for my big toe. Alright everybody, here are my toes, and as you saw before, I cut up my strips. So what I'm going to do now is just put these on. I have my big piece that I'm just going to line up here. I've pushed back my cuticles and used alcohol. I have not used Dawn dish soap, and that's just because your toes aren't exposed to grease and grime like your hands are. So you don't really need to wash your toes with Dawn dish soap prior to applying. So there's my first one. Now comes the little toes. They have to be sized for each one. So you just go like this and cut them to size. So ladies, what I did right here was I just sped up the video, and the reason for that is just because it's just me. I'm sizing the jams to my toes, and then I'm trimming them off screen, sorry about that, and then applying them. I'm using the cold application method just because coordination wise that's a little bit easier, and you can see I forgot to use my rubber cuticle pusher, so hopefully that won't affect my application. My wraps seem to be doing okay today, but yeah, that's what's happening right here. Okay, and then after you get all of them applied, The heat source that I like to use is a warm rice bag. You can use the same kind of rice bag that you use for aches and pains, and you just put them on your toes. I find this is just a lot easier than using the mini heater. You of course can use the mini heater or a blow dryer, but I just have found that this is easier to do as far as coordination goes. There we go. Okay. And then instead of filing off, what I like to do is use nail clippers. So I just leave my toenails a little bit long, and so then that way I can just trim the wraps off instead of file them off, because that just involves a little bit more coordination than I have. So they come off nice and clean. Okay, so there is my arcade mani ready for the beach. Let me know if you have any questions. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.